Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Neca Gargoyles Steel Clan Robot. Now, taking a look at the front of the box, we can see a great image of a full army of the Steel Clan robots. And if we turn the box around, multiple images and panels showcasing the figure in multiple posing positions with his different interchangeable parts and accessories. So with the box out of the way, let's go ahead and crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the new Steel Clan robot from Neca here. Now this figure right here, and then upcoming Xanatos in that red armor, are the figures I've been excited for the most ever since Neca announced that they're going to be doing Gargoyles figures. I was like, oh dear God, I hope they get to the robots and Xanatos and all that, because those are the ones I mainly want. The vintage toys were pretty cool, but I've just always loved those designs, man. I thought they were so cool. I think they still hold up, and this figure looks pretty damn awesome. Now, I did only pick up the one because I wanted to see how much I'm going to enjoy, because the Gargoyles line can be hit or miss sometimes. But again, I do plan on army building just a bit to go along with that Xanatos that's going to be in the future release. But the head sculpt looks fantastic, dude. That looks so badass. They're really awesome, just squared off jaw, the red eyes. I love the turquoise there in the ear, around the collar, that sweet robot mullet. Again, I think designs are so cool. They're just robotic versions of Goliath, you know what I mean? I think it's so rad. But then you get this really nice gunmetal, metallic gunmetal going across the figure, along the chest and the shoulders, the forearms, the crotch, his shins, and things like that, to go along with the silver of the rest of the armored body like that. And again, that nice metallic turquoise looks so good. You got things like little vents right here and little studs, rivet areas and things like that. Looks so cool. I love like the abs slash like vents, like cooling vents. I think that's really cool. Again, the designs just hold up so nice, dude. The claws look amazing. Same thing on the feet. Those giant metallic claws look great. I love the segmented tail that is on a bendy wire, so that works out really good too. On the back, you got the thruster jetpack on there, which I'll plug in the wings a little later, along with some effect pieces. But this thing just looks incredible, man. I am definitely impressed with how this looks. Again, this is one of the characters that I've been waiting for ever since they announced Gargoyles with Neca. Now, moving on to accessories here, we do get a decent amount of interchangeable hands, which is something I did not expect. So we got the closed-fisted hands. We do get gripping hands for some reason, even though he comes with nothing to really grip. So, you know, that's something. Then we got different types of open palm hands slash clawing hands. And my favorite ones, personally, are these giant clawing hands. I just love the size of them. They look menacing and just crazy, like he can cut someone up. Do you remember Rip Claw from Image Comics? That's what these hands kind of remind me of, a Rip Claw. How dope would it be to get figures of Rip Claw and that whole Wildcats and things like that. Anyways, on a different tangent. We also do get effect pieces because, you know, he's not an actual gargoyle, so he doesn't have the actual wing capacity, but he does have thrusters like at the bottom of the feet. So we can plug those in right there. These can be a little tight, but they do work like that. Then we also do get one for the jetpack or the backpack right here. You can plug that in like that. And I think that works, again, very cool to help them fire. And the effect pieces do look very nice. So I think Neca did a great job with those. Probably my personal favorite accessories with this guy, again, just goes to the design. You could peel these off right here for his forearms, and then you do get little wrist blasters that we could plug in like that. I believe that might be the wrong one. These do go in a certain way. There you go. That was a lot easier. So if you are having a little trouble with these, if it's a little too difficult to get in there, you might have the wrong one. And there's a little bit of a curvature on the actual peg itself that fits into the groove, and that goes in nice and buttery, and I do love the way that looks. That sculpt is freaking awesome. Again, just a great design, man. That's one thing I'll say about this particular figure. You know, when it comes to Neca, a lot of their figures you have to heat up because everything's really nice and tight, and the joints are just, you could be a little scary to move around. But when I opened this guy, he was so buttery out of the box. I don't know if they're changing the plastics or whatever, but he definitely feels like an upgrade. Then the last accessories are going to be these giant freaking metallic wings. So we can just port those into the back like so. Get that one on. And then we'll get this one on back there. If I can get this on like that. There you go. And I love how the hair just kind of fits right towards the back like that. But these are freaking amazing, man. Look how bright and shiny metallic silver these are. I think they look so good under the light. There's a little bit of scuffing you can kind of see on the wings here and there from like some kind of like residue or something. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I could just clean that off. But again, they still do look very nice. Now, unlike the actual Gargoyles wings, like Goliath and all those, these do have a bit of articulation, so you could hinge these in and out. And again, you can just see how massive these wings are, and you can really see some of that residue right up in there. You know, it's a little weird. But again, because these fold in, it does help with shelf space. So, you know, displaying these guys on a shelf won't be as a big of an issue compared to the other Gargoyles. So again, Neca needs to fix that issue or figure out something other than just packing downed wings with other figures that you have to buy. It's kind of ridiculous, but hopefully they figure out something. I'm pretty sure they'll come out with ultimate versions of Goliath and things like that. But anyways, these also hinge. The hinges are really tight. I'm honestly a little scared to move them sometimes, but they do flap open like that, go up and down, and again, they do hinge right there. So that all looks very cool, and again, just makes for a very impressive looking piece. All right, so now moving on to articulation. I'm going to do this without the wings, as I pretty much already showed you how those work. Now I want to show you the full range here. So the head and the neck are on separate ball pegs, so that rolls around very, very nicely. Does turn left and right. Of course, it's going to be hindered by the long hair. It is a little bit pliable, but it's nothing too crazy. Does rock side to side like that. Again, up and down. I wish it looked up a little more, but again, because of the hair, you're not going to quite get those aerial poses like you might like, but it's not terrible. These shoulder pads are on hinges like that, so they really do get out of the way, so you can actually do full 360 with the shoulders like that. They go up and out that far. Rotation at the bicep. We got a double jointed elbow that bends past 90. This forearm does rotate around that joint. We got rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. We do get a double ball peg in the midsection going into his chest and into the crotch area. So that rolls around, does turn left and right, pivot side to side, and crunch back and forth. The hips can go all the way full 360 as well, so that's pretty crazy. You know, the kick forward and up high pretty nicely. Splits all the way out that far. Rotation at the upper thigh. We get a double jointed knee, so that's pretty good. We do get excuse me, I guess this would be the ankle, so you go up and down as well as rotate at that joint, and the toes do go articulate up and down as well as rotate there too. And then we of course do get that bendy wire tail, so you can pretty much do whatever you want with that thing. And again, just overall, dude, I'm actually very impressed with this at how well this has been done. Again, in my opinion, the Gargoyles have been hit or miss. You know, overall, I do enjoy the line, but I do think this Steel Clan robot is definitely probably the best in the line. Maybe that's me because I'm biased for the design. This just really hypes me up to pick up Xanatos. And again, I'm going to have to army build these because I need at the very least 2 to go with that Xanatos. So for a quick size comparison, here he is sitting next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and Mafex Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is sitting next to a couple other Neca Gargoyles figures. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Neca Steel Clan robot. And very honestly, this in my opinion is the best figure that Neca has put out for the Gargoyles line. Now I love all those figures, but of course they do have their issues, especially with those wings, and having to buy other figures just to get better positioned wings to post on your shelf is pretty nuts. And I get the designs is just incapable of that, but I don't know, it's just an issue for me. These having those foldable wings definitely helps with that, and the articulation just feels so good right out of the box. I did not have to heat anything up, and that for me, that's very rare for a lot of Neca figures. But the accessories are awesome. I love the effect pieces, the thrusters, the bendy tail, the forearm gun attachments are so freaking cool. The paint is beautiful. This figure really has me hyped for that Xanatos, as that's the Xanatos I've been waiting for since childhood. And man, this piece is awesome. I'm definitely getting an army build, and I think he is definitely a must get. So be excellent to each other and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.